Hey, Master Mark Kanaar here today, and I'm here for another one of our Master's Message. And today I want to talk about the idea of like truth and like how I view truth as I get older, and what I had to go through as a young business owner and kind of find out what truth really is all about. Now, when I was younger, I was raised in a really good household. I can say honestly, my mom and dad did a really good job raising my brother and I and my sister. And one of the things about my dad is he is one of the people that is like a man of his word. Like if he says he's going to do something, he goes out and does it. And I learned that from my dad, and I witnessed it from him, you know. And when I started my own business when I was 19, I trusted people because I trusted myself, and I trusted a lot of the people around me. And even to this day, the people that were my friends back then a lot of them are still my friends now. And, I have my buddy, Master Paul Rocha, Master McCollum. They've been friends with me for like over 30 years, like a long, long time. And they're two people that have that same type of mentality. So I would trust people, and what that was sometimes things would go really well, and sometimes things didn't go very well. And the reason why was I was kind of what I would consider naive. I was naive to people being crooked and things like that. So I had to change my mindset. And basically what happened is when people kept ripping you off or they're not doing what they say they're going to do, you become, I don't know what the word is, like kind of like cynical, I would say, that you just kind of don't trust anybody anymore. And I mean, that's something you can become. And I run into people that just don't believe in anybody. But your mindset has to change when things like this happen. And the best way to look at it is kind of thinking that if you trust somebody, you're kind of courageous. Now, I want to talk about like how you can kind of look at people and decide whether you should trust them or not. And I remember, I think it was a saying on Facebook, a meme. It said, you have 2 ears and one mouth, so you should listen twice as much as you talk, and kind of listen to what people have to say. And that's good, but there's something more important than that. And I'm going to tell you what it is right now. Okay, listen to what they're saying, but you know what? Watch what they're doing. Okay, you have 2 eyes, 2 ears, and a mouth. So you should talk probably 4 times less than you observe, And as I got older, I remember my trust in people became different. And the reason why is I would listen to them and watch them both at the same time. And if what they said and what I watched them do, I knew I could trust them more. And, like I said, I give everybody a chance because I can't be cynical to everybody. I have to have like a certain degree of courageousness to allow people to try, especially if you're a leader. You kind of got to let people take the reins sometimes so they learn and they get experience, because you're only here once, and if you die and you don't have anybody that's a leader that could fill your shoes, you kind of lost your entire legacy or what I would say your vision, so to speak, and that has a lot to do with your character. There's a lot of people out there that are very charismatic, I would say. They're able to convince people by their mouth. I remember running into some of my friends that are very good at sales, and they would say stuff and convince you, but the problem with it was they're very charismatic. So when you actually started watching what they did, totally different than what they would tell you. They knew how to attack here, but they hadn't mastered being able to get people to see who they weren't, so to speak, I guess. But if you're a leader, what you're going to say here and people hear here, the site, that also is going to be backing what they're saying. So that's something you kind of have to look for. And if you're a young business owner, you're going to probably be naive. You're going to make some dumb mistakes, but don't think those mistakes are bad, so to speak. It just gives you more experience of being able to kind of look and see what actually is going on with people. And like I said, don't always listen to what people say. Watch what they do. That's very, very important, especially when you develop trust. And those people that are my friends for like 30 years, I know what they say is what they're going to do, And just like my father, like I said in the beginning, he was a man of his word. What he said he was going to do, he would do. And people that like to just say things to keep you from getting in a conflict with them or something like that, they're avoiding that type of thing. They're very charismatic, but that doesn't mean that they have good character. Someone with good character, they do stuff when you can't even see what they're doing. So just kind of want you to think about that. If you're young or you're just starting a business, you might do some very naive things with trust. But as you get older, you can't be too cynical. You have to kind of be courageous and just watch what people do, man. Listen to them and watch what they do. And that will help you out in life. And that's the Master's message for today, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.